Hello everybody, welcome back to my Minecraft world. This is episode 6. Where we left off yesterday, we got the foundation to our house looking pretty good. We can go ahead and fill in this floor now. We ended the episode feeding our cows, and now we are going to finally uncover the mystery of what's going on in that cave where those mobs are just screaming their ass off for no apparent reason. So we will find out what's going on in the cave right now. That's where we're headed. We're headed to the cave to get more cobble and get more spruce, and we will get more oak along the way. I'm aiming for another hour today. I think that's probably going to be my sweet spot. Hopefully today we can get the basement of the house done and the walls up. That way we can start moving all of our things and we can get rid of that ugly square box. In episode 5 I talked about the mods we are using, and I think that is going to bring a nice visual upgrade to you guys. So you're not seeing a cluttered screen any longer. You guys get to see the music toasts, and you guys get to see the time. The FPS is more so for me, and my coordinates are for everybody as well, just so we know where we are and how far away we are from spawn. Because in the first episode we spawned near 0-0, and we are very close to spawn. So we are going to continue to just strip this out, because there has to be a cave somewhere near here, because we did hear a crap load of mobs in episode 5 beyond this wall, and obviously we need okay, that's very interesting. So let's actually, because I am curious. I know starting off this episode, you're probably like, what is this guy fucking talking about? Please go watch my last episode. And while you're at it, please like and subscribe, everybody. Today we are going to be building a kick-ass base. That's all I can say. I don't, maybe I'm giving, I maybe am a little, I'm stubborn and I'm cocky. And I think that this base I'm building is going to be really cool. I like the way, in my head, it looks really good. I know we haven't seen it yet. So with expansion, we have a nice basement, and I'll talk more about that when we get to it. So let's see how long it takes us to bust out the other end of this mountain. So I'm starting to think maybe that cave was below us. So yeah, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to put a torch there. We got a nice, let's go ahead and fill out one more stack, and then we will exit this cave for good. Just go ahead and turn around. Sort of paranoid about mobs spawning from behind, blowing us up to pieces. Don't want that to happen, obviously. In episode 5, I went over the mods that I'm using, and if you guys would like a tutorial on how to install Prism Launcher and how to install all these mods, I'd be more than willing to do it. Just let me know. I know we're not getting a lot of comments at the moment. That's fine. We're still very early into this whole thing, so really all I ask is you guys give me some sort of, give me some sort of criticism on what you like, what you don't like. Got a guest. I don't know if you heard my cat. They were going pretty crazy in the last episode as well, but just improvements. Here for it. Let's get our spruce. So this should be, and then we need to get oak, and that should be the last of the supplies that we need, and we should be good to go. Should be good to go. We're gonna need more spruce than that for sure. So let's go. Seems to get to the spruce forest, we'd have to go through the snow, and I don't necessarily trust that. So let's just harvest all the spruce that we can on this side before we think about doing anything like that. And we need to get back before dark. Let me guys know, would you guys be interested in me installing a mod that increases the amount of daylight that we get? If I do a 20-minute day versus a 10-minute day, I know maybe my day counter would get messed up, or a day 17, and you're like, wow, man, this guy's at day 17, he doesn't have diamond armor, he's just got copper tools. That's what you can expect, you know. This is not, it's not cookie cutter. I'm not following a template. I've never done this before. So, and I've said that in the last episode, I hope in my next world, when I do eventually die, I hope that I'm not copying and pasting, you know, my designs and builds from this world. My house should look different, and it will look different. That's sort of my idea. Is every world is fresh, and you know, we're not going to want to just have the same world over and over and over and over and over again. We will be on our own. We're Steve. Well, we're in Link skin now. But that's the nice thing about this game, is that's really personal preference. Another classic C418. All right, let's head back. Just need to be consistent and persistent about getting these logs. One more. Been having some bad luck getting gunpowder from them. Let's get that oak tree up there while we're here. Jump the gap. But after our house, that's really when we can start mining. Obviously, we will get diamonds and we'll try and beat the game. Oh, what am I doing? Get this guy a manual. Chris, move. But I'm not really trying to rush to the Ender Dragon, so if that's something you're trying to see, I'm sorry. Wrong place. Let me speak up a little bit, because I feel like I'm getting quiet. But I shouldn't be afraid of getting distracted. After we harvest all these trees, we'll head back. Or let's try and find a way across to those spruce trees. Let me look around instead of being a dummy. What's going on here? I'm getting distracted again. Oh, this was that cave I was talking about earlier where I said we could build something cool in here, like a base. We just put like a glass facade on it. We're going to go ahead and get this coal over here too. Oh no, hold on. Hold on, let's clear it out. No bad guys. Okay. So we're gonna need a lot of coal. I will say one of my biggest inspirations is Nintendo Capri Sun. As a teenager, in 2009, I remember sitting in whatever English class it was, and knowing that around 9 o'clock, that'd be around the time he'd upload his video. So when I got home, I'd have a fresh video ready to go for me. So he's one of my biggest inspirations in all of this, as far as the Let's Play style. I know I don't do any inside jokes or anything like that, or, you know, bathroom jokes or anything, but as far as what got me into YouTube, it was that, watching his Ocarina of Time Let's Play. Seemed back then like YouTube was just an open oyster for anybody, right? But there's no better time than today. And I think as long as your heart's pure and good, people should, you know, recognize that. Just try not to stress too much about, I mean, that's all my life has been for the past, 5 years. Just been stressing about the past, thinking about the past, too much into the past, too much in a place that I'm not in anymore. So I've really improved a lot this year as far as my thought processes and stuff. So that's good. We made it to the other side. This is very good. We'll probably keep chopping down all the wood we can until the pickaxe breaks, or we run out of daylight, whichever comes first. Didn't even need to go up all that high. I'm just trying to get an abundance of resources so we don't have to come back again. We can just finish everything in one go, one sitting, right there. I know that's what I would prefer. Let's go do one at a time. Good call. And I'm thinking about giving it, we'll give it to episode 20 before I think about doing any changes to formatting or any changes. It'll be about 20 episodes. So give that about 2 weeks. This is episode 6. So 14 more episodes. So next Friday. So about the end of the first week of August. And you're not going to get rid of me. So if you keep seeing my video and your suggestions, I will not. Well, I guess if you keep ignoring it, it'll go away. But I will still keep popping up with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if the world changes, then you'll see a different color. You'll see a different background, a different color. I think that's how I'm going to differentiate the worlds. I like my thumbnail format right now of my mountains right here. I think that looks really good. So that should just let everybody know that this is this world, and the orange is for this world as well. And I picked the orange because you can make fun of me. My favorite football team is the Texas Longhorns. If I had to, I know we talked about sports yesterday in episode, we talked about sports in episode 4, I believe. And I said I didn't have a favorite NFL team. Well, I do have a favorite college team. I don't know why I didn't talk about college sports, because they're not on the brain. But that's why it's orange right now. So whenever the world changes, it'll be a different color. Naturally. So instead of hitting you guys with some AI generated bullshit, I just thought I'd keep it simple. That was my thought process in that. So let's put away our gravel. We have some stone brick there. I have a lodestone. I don't know what that does. I'll do some research. I'm gonna stop being such a stubborn asshole and do research actually. So I know you guys want to see improvement. Doesn't the world? I couldn't imagine watching my videos if I continued to have that crazy, ridiculous junk all over here. So we got our nice spruce. So let's go frame. Now we're gonna start framing our house. Let's build us a shovel real quick out of copper, since we want to save some material, some stone that is. And copper is a fairly abundant resource. Goodness, what am I doing? There we go. So we're going to shave across this, since this will be our outer wall. We're going to go do here first. 2, 3, 4, 5. We got our 5. We'll leave that alone for now. So that's this will be our entryway into our house, and we'll make a railing here. Let's go right here. 1, 2, 3. Then on the corners and on the stone connections for our rooms, we'll go ahead and put the spruce right here. We still need to go up. Let's actually go to sleep real quick. This way I like to get everything here, and we can instantly sleep, so we're not having to resource gather anymore. There we go. Okay, everybody, we're back. Just trying to figure out what that chat message meant. I will do some research on that later. It says our game could crash. I don't want that to happen. So, I mean, fortunately, we're not having anything like that. Well, now we have the frame up. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to take some stone and we're going to start filling in the walls. And I put that door back in the chest. So this should allow us to finally be able to use, we'll have the axe for protection. So let's take this stone. Let's take 3 for now. And let's just start filling in the walls. Okay, there we go. This is going to start definitely giving it some volume now. So let's see. If I'm going to have, obviously, okay, yeah, we're going to put wood right there. We'll just have that coming up to match that. I think that'll look the best. We need to clear this out completely. Let's make it all the way flat right up until here, because we're gonna have to get rid of that dirt anyway. I think this will just make it look better. And then we can just put a spruce log right there. We can start filling in this. That's fine. I put that stone there. I am expecting that. So this is the fun part right here. So we are going to have to fill that in. Let me get some stone brick. So I'm going to have to make that look that way. Then I'm going to want to do this. If that's going to be forced to be our edge, that looks really, that seals it perfectly. And And this will allow us to find the spot for the door, which is right here. We will not be doing a double door. Now you can see how large this basement is going to be after we seal off the walls. Let's be smart and throw some torches down in here as to avoid any problems that may arise from having a dark underfloor. Okay, that should be good for now. Now we're going to go ahead and continue around the outer casing of the wall. We'll see how large this gets now. And this should give us ample space for storage and everything. We're going to go ahead and cut the dirt down too. That way it's just all even. Because I want the house to... I guess that wouldn't necessarily look bad. Yeah, let's try... I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. If I want to bring it all down, right? And yeah, I do. Because I'm going to want to flatten this out just to emphasize our house further. To separate our house. To help emphasize. To help separate our house further from the natural ground. To make it actually look developed. So I'll start cutting across right here too. To just give it that natural look to it. Like it's something that actually generated. Now here we are getting an excess amount of dirt. I'm just clearing out this part first so I know to continue to get rid of this part. Which, I mean, yeah. Now we have a shitload of dirt, which is always good to have, and we will continue to have a shitload of dirt. Let's just go ahead and cut all this out here. We'll be doing a lot of digging, apparently. But after this, once we get to the above ground, that's when all the bull crap will start, and we'll start getting into the stop, and we'll start getting into the actual architecture element of the build. But a good house is built on a good foundation, so we can't just simply skimp out on this. Let's build a couple shovels this time. Well, I guess we can only do one shovel. I like that waterfall over there a lot better than the one that was spouting out over there. That's for sure. Goodbye, Mr. Torch. Another classic commentary for another classic day. This would be Sunday for you all. Hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. I know I've had steak today. That's my Sunday meal almost every day. Every Sunday, not every day. Sound like a steak addict. Oh, I'm a little bit. I am a little bit. You know what? While we're talking about steak, we can't forget about our cows. So let's go feed those guys because it's been a few days, and we'll get that little cow farm as cramped as we possibly can, and then we'll have a nice meat processing factory. Okay, let me not be an idiot. Moo! Welcome to fair life. Or you will not have a fair life. I know I could feed those baby cows to make them grow, but not too worried about doing that process right now. Plus, once you get so many cows, it just starts to compound very quickly. So, anybody that overcomplicates making a cow farm, you shouldn't really trust them. Go ahead and finish putting our planks or our logs down for our frame. Which will mean that we will slightly need more stone, which is fine. Which is a-okay. Go ahead and get rid of this around our stairs. We'll keep one stair for now. We'll keep one dirt for now. That way we can keep it honest and not have to worry about that. Now we can go back. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Okay, let's go back to the house. Let's build us another pickaxe. This is where I just need to slow down a little bit. Take a second to gather my thoughts. Identify what's going on with my inventory. And be smart about it. Because I am not being smart about it. So let's make some more sticks. And we will make 2 pickaxes this time. We'll make 1 more shovel. Since I don't imagine we'll be needing it long, we're good on the axe. Let's move all of this over 1. Go back to sleep. Looks like I'll need to install another mod. Any baddies out here today? No. Didn't want to visit us in the morning, I guess, today. Thank you. We'll take it. We'll take a peaceful day. Fix our mistake here. And that's the nice thing about the stone bricks is that when you break them, they don't turn back into cobble. Get rid of some of this mutton. And I know you're like, well, why'd you? Because we'll see it from the inside. I gotta be careful here. Can't be sloppy like I was there. I know I said I wanted to take those barrels from the village in the last episode, and I was meaning to do that, but I did not add it to my bullet points of things to do, so my bad. I will get better about making my goals, or I'll get better about listing out the objectives that I want to complete in the video. So I know an hour is a lot of time to fill. And if a lot of that time is just resource gathering, a lot of that, I mean, that's a lot of time spent working on my speech too. So let's not kid ourselves. We need more stone. Go ahead and take it all. I just feel like I have a very flat, monotone voice that's raspy from being in Nevada, if you can figure out why. It's dark. Probably turn up my brightness a little bit. It's kind of weird how you can't see it in the corners, but that, I guess that's the blend of the outside features and inside features. We're going to go ahead and seal this up too. Since this does not need to be We will not have any under staircase storage. That'll just be a staircase. Very nice basement, I think. And we'll have a porthole up top that'll give us access with a ladder. So we don't have to go through the door every time, but you know, just when you're coming back from expeditions or exploring or everything, you want a bottom door to make everything look better. Okay, so now on the top layer, this is where the stone brick is going to come into hand. And that's why I have so much stone, because we are going to make a lot of stone brick. And we're going to have to make an expedition out for some glass. But right now we can go ahead and start the first floor of the house. Let's go ahead and build us a crafting table in here, since this is our home anyway. So where's going to be my crafting room? We'll go ahead and plop it right there for now. All temporary. We'll go ahead and use the book to help us out. If you guys don't like it, if you don't want me to use it, I won't. But just for bulk builds like that, I do find it very useful. And this is going to be our bedroom. I know there's not much point in a bedroom in a respawn point free game mode. But everybody, if you have a house, you need a bedroom. Right? You need a bedroom, you need a living room, you need a kitchen. So, and this wall will be walled off. So let's show you guys what I'm talking about here. So we walk into our home. Put this on each corner as such. So we have a so we have a 3-way entryway into each room. And we have an archway. And lots of room for expansions. We'll probably put the basement porthole down right here. Let's go ahead and put the stone back in the chest. We have a shovel. Let's go look for some sand. And let's take that and we'll plop you in there. Let's go look for some sand and we'll get some glass going. Is that a creeper? What the hell was that? I feel like I'm seeing things sometimes. Put all our stone into safekeeping. And it doesn't really matter. I know, because it's, if I die while getting sand, then that's the game. But I like to keep good practices, right? And maybe one day I will just do a normal Minecraft world. But like I said, I think I'm going to be sticking with Java just for the freedom that it allows. I really like this coordinate and day tracker mod, which is called Mini HUD. I think it looks a lot cleaner than the Bedrock version, which you can't move at all. So you're sort of forced to have it in the top left. Or with this, it gets in the way of the new recipe books, but as far as being able to move it, that's a very nice feature. And I think I can reposition, like custom position, put it into a custom position. But if you guys are thinking about getting a computer, I know they are very expensive now. I built my computer 2 years ago, with my most recent upgrade purchase being a 9070. So, I'm pretty set for at least the next 2 years. Until they, that's how it is. That's how you feel with PC hardware, right? But this is my second computer that I've built. And honestly, I love it. I think it's very fun. It's been a couple of years since I built a computer. My first computer had a 6600 XT. I mainly stick to AMD just because I don't know how I feel about NVIDIA. Very strange about NVIDIA. I had a 1650 Super in 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. I like that card, but just with the way they're going, I don't agree. So they will not get my business. I'll be an AMD, whatever you call that, AMD fanboy. What am I doing? But yeah, I think I'm off console gaming for good now, so I don't know what the first new game I'm gonna buy. Well, I bought Crimson Desert. That was the first new game that I bought on computer, on PC. And then I also got Forza Horizon 6, which is very fun. So those are the newer games I've been playing. I want to check out the Gears of War. The Halo remake looks interesting, but no multiplayer. Not really interested. Call of Duty looks the same as ever. It doesn't really look... well, I want to play Dawn of War 4 when that comes out in September, so you will be seeing footage of me playing that when that releases. So there's a game that I will be playing. Let's get back to... Got distracted talking about games. Let's get back to building. So, Minecraft is sort of my launch point with games, as I said, because I'm comfortable with it. I know what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I have to, I don't know. I don't ever feel like I get stuck in thought when playing. I definitely do get stuck in thought, but it's a lot easier to get back to the conversation versus like if I had to wait 5 minutes for a cutscene to be over. I guess that'd be naturally a pickup point, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But I don't plan on sticking with Minecraft forever. I plan on being a multi-game creator. I mean, it's better than React content, right? I mean, let me give you my opinion on whatever the fuck. Well, I'm just regurgitating bullshit, right? Don't want to talk shit, I guess. Little people syndrome. And if you're under, I guess I'd say I'm about average height. I'm with shoes on. I'm 6'2", so I'm 6 feet, 6 feet and a half. I don't fucking know. When I had jaw surgery in 2014, they measured me at 74 inches. So that's 6'3", but there's no way. I think you're naturally taller laying down. So, and that's how they measured me. So I'm around 6 feet tall. I'm over 6 feet. It doesn't matter. I tell people I'm 5'7". So if we want to just go with that, I'm 5'7", everybody. I'm 5'7" at the eyes. Actually 5'8" at the eyes. I have a 4-inch forehead, which that's another interesting thing that people don't think about a lot is, your eyeballs are not your height, right? So when somebody says they're 5'5", right? That feels really short to them because they're really looking at the world from 5'1", 5'2", 5 feet even, depending on how big their forehead is. So that's also something I've really thought about lately too, is, you don't see the world from your height. So, I think people get very caught up in being a certain height. On my Tinder profile, I used to put that I was 5'7", and I didn't have really any issues at all. So I think that maybe that's just speaking from an average person's perspective. I think it's blown way out of proportion. And there's my rambling. Probably don't like me now because I'm just kidding. So let's get all these pillars up to the same height. And we are going to need to build stairs for our roof here soon. 2, 3, okay. It's one more, okay. And then we'll go ahead and we will just go ahead and do this. We'll go pillar to pillar, filling in the inside with the stone brick. And we take half a heart when doing that. Just go around adding one pillar to these real quick. So we can start building upward, and that gives our glass time to cook. We're running out of the spruce logs too, so I'm getting worried about. One, two, three. We can always build more boots, people. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. Idiot. Ugh, what horrible luck. I think we're going to need a few more spruce logs, unfortunately. That's why you always get more than you think you need. Let's get through this mutton. I feel like that was pretty good saturation. What do y'all think? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 2 more. That's brutal. Let's see. We can, you know what? We're going to be heathens about it. Where's our bone meal? We're going to be heathens about it. Because I really don't want to run over there right now. Thank you for putting me in the crouch state, bud. There we go, folks. When in doubt, improvise. Bone meal it out. Bone meal and arrow, baby. Where were all these seeds in the first few episodes? Goodness. So let's get this pillar up and going. Oh, that pillar's short too. Gosh. It's fine. We can bridge over there and fix her. Okay. And we get on the ground now. The safest place to be. Maybe we should do... We'll do... Yeah, okay. I didn't mess up on any of the walls. Obviously this is going to be a solid wall, so go ahead and fill her in. That way there's some sort of separation, so it's not all just open. Because I think that would look weird. If our upstairs looked like our basement, I don't know. We'll definitely go 2 across here. This is where I went. 3 down. Let's see. Plop, plop, plop. Plenty of stone. I think we're good on stone. I guess we just start doing 2 at a time. Save some time. Save some time. Do 2 at a time. We have that nice wall there to barricade ourselves in. And this gives us nice high roofs too, which I think looks good. Already did the one here, so we have to go back. And our glass should be done smelting, but let's go ahead and plop in our archways. See what I'm talking about there? Looks very barren now, but we'll get some banners going, and we'll bring some color. We'll bring some color. And that's where you guys are supposed to come in this as well, you know, helping me decorate the house. But Mr. YouTube isn't being very friendly with that, or maybe it's me. It's probably me. So maybe this world's more like a test run, and in the future we'll have a lot more commenters and people playing along with, or just, you know, joining along with us. And that could always happen in the next episode, though. So it's kind of my mindset. Always dress like it's gonna be your last. So got all that set up. That's good. Now I just got to do this room. And we should be ready, actually. No, we're not ready to... I was going to say we should be ready to move in, but that is the stone. That is all the stone. Show you guys what it looks like from a distance with no roof. Here's my skull. I'll get up on the mountain and get a nice view of it too. We have a basement here. I know I said I was going to put the porthole. So we'll have each of these walls lined with chests. So plenty of storage. And the porthole will be... I know I said right here. We'll probably just have... That's fine. We'll have a stone pillar right there. But just for ease of access into the basement from the roof. Let's get this glass. So I'm going to want to make some glass pane. I guess we only had 64. Yeah. Mario 64. Let's just make as much as we can. Since I like glass pane more than normal glass block, it gives that, it gives depth, as you'll see right here. Gives this nice little depth. We'll fix all this in the morning. Okay, let's get the glass finished. Should probably not be clicking around with it. There we go. There's our bedroom. Obviously, just have to cap it off with the roof. Got that room done. Now we're going to come over here. And then episode 6. So I got 6 episodes to finish. Or it's going to take us about 7 episodes. 7 or 8 episodes to finish our base. So if that's the pace you like and subscribe and stick around. That's the pace I go at. If you want formulas, you want textbook builds, you want village builds, you want normal, you go to those other guys. Not like I'm much different, but I offer Let's see what happens if I put glass pane over a door. Yeah, see, that doesn't look good. It looks weird. So I'm just trying to think. I guess we could... just like a normal house. And then, let's see. I actually want to add some more depth to the house. You're like, how are we going to do that? We can add another layer. Let me explain. Put all our junk away. I need you, actually. Did we had more spruce in there the entire time? Goodness. Let's see. We have 11 stone. How much stone do we have? 64. We have plenty of stone. We are going to add another layer around our home. And we are going to create shears. Which I know is probably not the best use of our iron at this moment. But I have an idea for depth. We could leave the spruce wood too. We'll double up on that as well. Just to keep some sort of semblance. This might not even look good. You know what? Let's have some confidence. And it actually needs to go down one. And that would mean we need to do that. You'll see the method behind the madness. When I'm done, it should look good. So we're gonna line the edge of the house with tree branches. Just like so. Because we've lost a lot already. And we shouldn't need that much to go around the house. But this is what I'm planning on doing. To just give it that extra bit of depth. Is we are going to double up the layers and then we're going to put a rim of leaf around the house. Can't be sloppy. Goodness. Oh my goodness. You can tell we're getting tired, if I'm being honest with you guys. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about here. Then I'll come to a stopping point because I'm just getting too physically, I'm exhausted, and it'd be irresponsible for me to continue on, if I'm being honest with you. I'm an old man now. I can't go as well as I did when I was younger. Yeah, look at how good this looks. Then we can have... We could... Ooh. I don't know, Jim. Look at that. Let's see. This kind of looks goofy now. With it like that, let's go. There we go. So the wood pillars are accenting along while giving depth at the same time. That's what I like about that. And they'll get rid of this crappy little house. There's a starter house. Here's our real starter house. I know, very cubular, but it's Minecraft. So you have to bear with me. But imagine if I get some real management going, I could build some crazy stuff. I think that's why that Empire State Building build is a good goal for us to have. So tomorrow, in the next episode, in episode 7, lucky number 7, we're going to work on finishing the base. And once we do that, we'll work on organizing ourselves. And then once we're organized, we'll determine what we need to get more of, which will be iron. So we'll be in the mines. We'll finally start going into the mines. We'll start looking for spawners, for tags, for saddles, things like that in the mines to help us progress in the world. And then once we are at that point, then we can start looking at getting some diamonds, getting some enchantments, doing some trades. I'll do more research when it comes to that because I'm not very fluent in villager trades, if I'm being honest. So if that's something that you guys want to learn, if you guys want to learn along with me, that's also another great reason to watch and subscribe and stay up to date, because I will bring a video every single day, unless I get godly sick, which I will let you guys know. And in that case, I should have videos prepped up in advance. So every single day you can expect a video from me at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I upload my videos. That time may change, but every day you will get a video from me. I promise you that. So if you like that guarantee, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in episode 7. Have a great evening.